So first of all, thanks to everyone who made a comment about summer in Ireland. It's now freezing again, so thanks for jinxing me there. I kind of really liked the style of yesterday's video and I wanted to try again, and people said they liked it as well. There might be a bit more wind today, so I do apologize if the audio is a bit scuffed. You probably won't see this video if it is, but I wanted to talk about custom GPTs and why, they actually have a massive problem, and I kind of hope the OpenAI will fix this, because if not, then they're basically unusable and it's basically pointless to even continue developing them at this point until they fix this. So now, custom GPTs, the way they work is, or the way that I make them, I should say, is I work on output. So I try a different wording inside the instructions. I try a different way of repeating something, or a way of saying something, or I mention something that I forgot to mention before, so the output wasn't quite where I wanted it to be, until I consistently get maybe 20 articles that have very, very high quality output. That's how I make them. Now, you might see what the problem is already, just if you think about it logically. The problem is that ChatGPT, or OpenAI, inside the ChatGPT app, chat.gpt.com or whatever it is, however you chat with ChatGPT in the front end, you can't change the model. So you have to use the model that OpenAI says, this is the model that you're using. Now, on the playground with the assistants, for example, you can choose the model. With the API, you can choose the model. Inside the actual ChatGPT, you can't choose the model. And the problem is, one model will respond in a completely different way to the same question as another model. So the problem is obvious, right? I have two GPTs right now. One of them is working perfectly fine. It's the topical authority generator. I highly recommend that you check that out. I will leave a link to that in the description of this video. It's really, really good. It's amazing at finding keywords. It's amazing at kind of planning your entire website without you having to pay for Ahrefs, without paying for an expensive keyword tool, whatever it might be. So that one's still working fine. However, I also have made a content writing GPT, and that one at this point in time is basically unusable. And it's one of the most popular GPTs in the world, by the way. It's got, well, I say one of the most, it's probably in the top 100 of used GPTs in the world. And it's not usable. It's unusable. It doesn't work and I haven't changed anything. The only thing that's changed is they've introduced this new GPT model. And I'm having quite a lot of problems with this new GPT model that they have in the front end of ChatGPT. One of the other really, really big problems that I have is that the programming just doesn't work as well anymore. So what it keeps doing is I ask it to change a script in a specific way, and then I ask it to write out the entire script. And what it used to do was it would just give me A to B, or A to Z, A to Z, the entire working script that you can copy, paste. You might have to change the API key, because it's always been a bit weird about posting API keys and blah, blah, blah. But other than that, I think it's got the hardwired ChatGPT prompt has something about API keys. But other than that, it would copy and paste directly into ChatGPT. But now, when I'm trying to program, it just uses placeholders, for loads of stuff, and it just changes the way the script fundamentally does things. And it's really annoying, because I then copy and paste it back into Python or Visual Studio Code, and I try and run the script, and it just doesn't even nearly work. It's so far, it's worse than it was before, right? Which is really, really frustrating when I'm trying to code, and I really don't know how to fix that, to be honest with you. But that's not really to do with custom GPTs. Now, if they can fix this with custom GPTs, then I can see a future where custom GPTs are going to be a really, really good money maker, to be honest with you. So I recommend getting in there early. I recommend trying to work on one in your niche specifically, they rank on Google separately. You can embed them on your website, which brings people to your website. And I don't just mean a chatbot, right? It could be anything. It could be a page on your website to help people choose, an outfit from your products or whatever it might be. It doesn't have to be a chatbot. Like, I think people get obsessed with chatbots because it's called ChatGPT, but it doesn't have to be a chatbot. You can think of many like little calculators with personalization and suggestions and things like that. Let's say you have a diet website and you, instead of just having a diet calculator, you have a diet suggesting GPT, and you can say that you're allergic to this and allergic to that, and you don't like that but you really like this, and then it gives you a personalized diet. Like that kind of thing. That's how you can start to use custom GPTs to your advantage, even if you're not a YouTuber. Now, I know it's really easy for me to just sit here and say there's going to be good money in this, PS, use my GPT, right? Like it's almost like obviously I'm promoting my own GPT and I have a big audience, so it's not fair. But what I'm saying is, if you actually go on Google now and type in topical authority generator and look at what the first result is, and it used to be my custom GPT. It might not be anymore. Also, it depends on your location, blah, blah, blah. But you'll see what I mean. You'll be able to find my ChatGPT somewhere. Now, that's advertising outside my YouTube channel, and that's just pure SEO. So if you think about some clever ways of actually making a GPT, applying it to your niche, bringing people over to your website, because also, I'll tell you something else, I'm getting a lot of clicks from my GPTs onto my website. And I don't promote my website at all. I don't talk about my website. There's barely any content on my website. And I mean incomestreamsurfers.com, by the way. I don't mean like Tiny Home Hub or Two Men or any of those other websites. I mean my website, the website for this channel. I never talk about it. I never push people towards it. There's a link on my YouTube channel, and there is a link on the GPTs channel. And I've seen a big uptick in traffic on my website recently because of that. So I want you all to take away from this video that there is a problem with GPTs. Every time they change the model, it's going to mess them up for a bit. You might have to go back in, change the wording again, which I'm going to have to do with my content writer. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a huge opportunity, and not just for internet personalities or whatever the hell I am, like person on the internet, YouTuber. It's not just for people like me. It's for people in every niche, every setting. And I really, really believe that you can bring a lot of traffic to your website through these custom GPTs. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that because, yeah, I'm just talking about topics for 8 minutes every day on my phone, and I really enjoy it, although it's absolutely freezing today, so I'm going to go back inside. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend, and peace out.